Good morning. So today we are going to do just a quick tour with the passports. I've selected, I believe it is 4 of your locations. Maybe it's 3. I can't remember. That we are going to talk about. So the first one is the Fernsehturm, and you might know what that is. You might not know what it is. Before I show you what it is, I'm going to break the word apart. So first off, you've got the word Fern, which means far, Sehen, which means to see, and Turm, which means tower. That doesn't put things together very well. Well, okay, if you take the Latin for far, you get tele. If you get the Latin for see, you get vision, which means that Fernseh means television. It's the TV tower. Oh, that's the TV tower in Alexanderplatz. So, we've seen this before. You know what that is. So, I don't feel the need to go through that over and over and over again. You've seen that before. But I wanted you to see how the word breaks apart. So, the Olympiastadion. So, this is pretty cool. If you don't know who this is a legendary athlete. This is Jesse Owens. And in the 1936 Olympics, the Olympics were in Berlin. And of course, that was during the Nazi era. So Hitler was in power. And they thought that the Aryan race was the most superior, dominant race, right? Well, so here we go. We have the Olympic Games, and Jesse Owens, an African American, comes into Berlin and right in front of Hitler earns 4 gold medals. And so you can see right here they're getting their medals at the stadium, and they're given the Nazi salute, and then you see Jesse Owens there who's saluting the American flag, and it's just this great in your face moment to Hitler, and it's great. So this is at the Olympiastadion, which is right here. That's what it looks like. This is 1936, so it's a pretty old stadium at this point. So this is the inside. And then I think this is kind of cool. So this is right next to it. This is the diving well. And you can see it's an outdoor stadium for watching both diving. If you look in the far corner, right over here, you can see that there is the beginning of the swimming part too. So for all those swimmers out there, I know there's a lot of them in this class. How would you like to have that for your stadium? So, all right, and then there's the Luftbrücke. Luft means air. Brücke means bridge. So the Berlin Air Bridge. Yes, that's what it means. So, after World War II, you know that Germany was divided into 4 sectors. And Berlin, right here, is divided as well. And the Soviet Union first tried to just starve out Berlin. So what they did is they fortified this border here, and they said no one's getting through. Not by train, not by plane, not by bus or anything. And so the Allies were like, well, we're not going to give up on Berlin. So they flew bombers and cargo planes to Berlin with all kinds of supplies to make sure that Berlin had whatever they needed, West Berlin had whatever they needed. And this is called the Berlin Airlift. And it was very successful on our end, and it was a failure on the Soviet end. And it was pretty obvious. After about 6 months of doing that, they're like, okay, this isn't going to work anymore. And so they allowed planes and buses and trains to go directly. It had to be a direct, nonstop route to go to West Berlin. So this is a real success for the West Germans and the Allies. The only downside is after that failure, the Soviets still wanted to have Berlin, so that's when they put up the wall. So this is a memorial, and there's several of them at each of the cities where they did where they started and left. So you'll see that there were 3 cities: Bremen, Hamburg, and Frankfurt, I believe, are the 3. So that's why you've got 3 like poles there, and in Bremen, Hamburg, and Frankfurt, you'll see this exact monument, and they're all facing Berlin. So there you go. So this is the one that's outside of the Tempelhof Airport, which is no longer used in Berlin. But you can see that, and there's one of the cargo planes. That's a famous photo. So that's my passport pictures for today. I hope you enjoyed them, and have a great day.